Alright guys, I'm actually really excited about this signal. That would be a textbook silver dime. So let's go ahead and dig it and see what it's going to be. I am shaking right now. It's in the dirt over here. Look at this, guys. We definitely have a silver dime, but it's not just any silver dime. It's much better than that. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 3 of the Ultimate Coin Hunt. The Ultimate Coin Hunt, of course, is a series where I take this metal detector from location to location looking for coins, as many as we can possibly find, in an attempt to fill up all of these coin collections right here. So in the last 2 episodes of the Ultimate Coin Hunt, I've used this small trowel to dig every single one of my holes, and it's been super inefficient. So what I did is went out and bought myself a brand new shovel, which is going to make things much easier. This is a shovel called the Lil Digger. It was about 50 bucks on Amazon. We're going to be testing it out today and seeing if it's any good. So more efficient digging, plus the fact that I'm going to try out a new location which I believe is going to have silver coins, definitely untouched by me and probably by anyone else, gives me some pretty high confidence that we're going to get a silver coin today. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the hunt. All right, so just got my first coin sounding signal up under this tree right here, just a few feet away, and I think we're probably going to get a penny here. Let's take a listen. So coming in at about a solid 84 through 86, that's probably going to be a penny. Let's dig it and see what we're going to get. All right, so as you can see, we have located the target. It came out while I was digging, and this just kind of goes to show sometimes you can have 2 targets in a hole that make it sound a little different. And I think this one's going to be a dime. Looks like we have a Clad dime this time, so it's not going to be silver, unfortunately, but it is something that we're likely going to need. I think I only have a single dime so far in this series. Let's see what the date is. Ooh, just 2 years off of being silver, guys. Great first target right there, 1966 dime, and actually if you look at it, it still has a ton of detail, especially on the hair. That's one of the first things to go typically on these Roosevelt dimes. So this was dropped somewhere around 1966, I'm guessing 1970 or earlier. Just looking at the detail on that coin, that is a brand new looking coin right there. So we're definitely in a good location to find some silver. Hopefully a silver one comes out. If we just had 2 years earlier, it would have been silver. Let's get on to the next one and hopefully we'll find one soon. So right next to that 66 Clad dime, we have a screaming zinc penny signal right here. Have a listen. So you can hear it double beeping there. It's very, very close, less than 2 inches the detector is indicating. So let's see if we can. Yeah, you can see that it's locating, it's indicating that it's right about here. Let's see if we can just grab the pinpointer here and just find it on top of the ground. Oh, yep, it's right there, guys. This may actually not end up being a coin. It sounds like it might be a little bit bigger, but let's see what it's gonna be here. Well, maybe it will be a coin. I don't see it yet, so it's not a huge object. And it's still, yep, there it is right there. That looks like it's going to be a zinc penny. Hopefully we'll be getting it into one of our newer penny collections. All right, definitely getting a date off of that one. That's a 2005 penny right there. Clear as day. Zinc Lincoln penny right there. But hey, we'll take it. That's another coin into the collection that we do not have. On to the next. All right, we have a pretty decent signal here. Possible silver dime signal for sure. Let's have a listen. So it's going up around the 86, 87. It does jump down to 81 every once in a while. The ones I'm focusing on are 86. That would be a textbook silver dime if it were to come out that way. So let's go ahead and dig it and see what it's going to be. Okay, this is definitely a good sign. Just pop the plug and we have already located the target at a pretty good depth. So right down there, getting a very, very strong signal. So let's see what it's going to be. Oh, I can already see the edge of it now. It looks like it's going to be a penny. You just plop it out of there and let's take a look at this. What is it going to be? Oh, it's not a penny, is it? Thought it was just looking at it, but actually look at this, guys. That I think is a 1965 dime, even older than the one we found earlier. So crazy to be finding so many dimes now when the last episode was just full of pennies. So we're definitely in a good spot. We have dimes from the 60s coming out here. This one also looking pretty new. If only it was 1 year older, we would have had a 64 silver dime right there. But yeah, that looks like it's just going to be a 1965. Awesome, guys. 66 and 65 right in a row. Let's get that 64 next. All right, guys, we've got a good signal just a few feet away from that 65 dime. Have a listen here. So that's coming in the 90s. It goes up pretty high every once in a while, so I'm a little iffy on the signal. It may just end up being something mixed with junk, but if it is, guys, I'm really hoping that we can get something silver on this hole. Have another listen. So you can see that there's some iron mixed in there. Those 0-1s with that low grunt, that's an iron signal, which means that there is iron in the area. I don't know if it's going to be in the target or if it's just like nails that mixed around every once in a while, but I'm hoping that we're going to get something silver here. So right about there is where we want to dig. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we just got down in this hole and already can see something that it doesn't look like it's going to be a coin, but it definitely looks interesting, like some sort of a pendant. I think I see, yeah, there's a little thing there which makes this, it looks like it's going to be a pendant. But what is that on the front of it? I could not tell you. Always interesting stuff coming out of here. Actually, guys, that looks like a photograph. That looks like a family photograph. You see two, looks like two people and then a smaller. I can't really tell. I can't make it out. Sorry, there was a mosquito on my elbow there. But yeah, that looks like a family photograph. Look at that. That is really interesting. There may even be some writing here and what looks like some clay on the back of this. I think it's a pendant, about quarter size, so that's why it was coming in the 90s. But yeah, that is really interesting. I'll have to get that cleaned up later and show you guys what it is. It definitely looks like people though. All right, let's get on to the next hole and see what else we can get. This sounds like it's definitely going to be either a shallow copper penny or a clad dime. Let's have a listen here. Yeah, so you can see it's coming in at a depth of 4 inches. It's not going to be very deep, so I'll just cut a small plug here and pluck this one out and see what it's going to be. So as I expected, the target was in the plug, only about 3 inches down. And this actually looks kind of familiar. If you guys remember, in our first episode, we found one very similar. I think that this is the turning piece on some sort of a locker like you would have at a school or a gym. So I think that that's what that is. I think if we clean it up a little bit more, we'll probably be able to see the brand on it. Yep, I think that that's definitely what that is. You can see the numbers on it. So this was one of those combination locker pieces, and this is the second one I found in 3 hunts, so that's kind of interesting. A little bit more busted up than the last one. All right, let's get on to the next one. Hopefully we can get on to some more coins. Okay, you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think on this one. To me, it sounds like it's too good to be true. Let's have a listen. So it's something really shallow in the high 90s, which would indicate something like a $50 if it was really good. And as I suspected, very shallow in the plug, about the size of a $50 if you look at it. But I don't know, what is this? For a second there, I thought it was a pocket watch. I think I'll clean that up a little later, and if it's anything interesting, I will let you guys know. But definitely not a coin, although it was shaped like a coin, and that's why it sounded so good. Definitely got to dig all of those signals just in case you have something really nice. All right, on to the next one. All right, guys, it's been a while since I've had a coin signal, but I think I finally have one that's probably going to be a Clad Quarter. Let's have a listen. So yeah, Clad Quarters usually come in around 89, 90, and that one's staying pretty tight, pretty solid. Also a pretty tight signal. Looks like it's gonna be right about there. So let's go ahead and dig a plug and see what we get. All right, so this was not the easiest plug to cut. As you can see, there was a giant root right here, which was preventing me from getting my shovel under it. But as you can see, once I plopped out the plug, the coin was right in the plug, and as I suspected, we have a Clad Quarter. The question is, what is the year gonna be on this coin? Is it gonna be close to that 1964 silver cutoff? In which case we'd be in a good area to find some more, maybe some silver quarters would be nice. But let's take a look and see what we're gonna get for a year on it. As you can see, it's definitely not silver. It's got that reddish tone to it. So 1972, and it looks like there is a mint mark. I think that's gonna be a Denver right there. So 1972 Denver Clad Quarter. Really not too bad. It's actually looking pretty nice, and it's gonna be going into one of our collections today. Actually, one of our target collections, so definitely can't be mad at that. All right, let's keep going. Hopefully we can get a silver one in a second here. So this is a little bit strange. I decided to recheck the hole, and it looks like just to the side of it we have another high tone. Let's have a listen. So that one's coming in 86, 87. That could be a really good sign for a silver dime. So I'm gonna cut another plug just a little bit to the side here. And we're gonna see if we're gonna get another coin out of here. Hopefully it's gonna be a silver dime. So it looks like we won't actually have to cut another plug. This is the original plug, and I just went in with my pinpointer right over here on the sidewall. We're actually getting a pretty strong signal, which is just right there. So I'm just gonna take my small shovel here and just dig a little bit out right in this area, trying to make sure that I don't nick the coin or whatever is on the sidewall here, which sounded like it should be a coin. Still down there, as you can see. Very close to it now, so let's just go from maybe right about here and see if we can dig into that wall just a little bit and get that coin out. Sorry if that went out of view for a second there. I'm trying to keep it in view as much as I possibly can. All right, so it's right down there at this point, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm hoping for a silver here. Please, please be something silver. God, we are right on it. I don't really want to dig anymore with the shovel because I don't want to nick whatever it is. But I think I may need to get in there a little bit more, guys. So I'm going to dig a little bit, and I will get back to you guys in just a sec. All right, forgive me for the lighting on this one. The sun is coming in at such a weird angle here. But we just plopped it out. We actually had it and didn't even realize it. It looks like it's going to be another quarter, another Clad Quarter here. Let's bring it into a little better lighting so we can take a look at it. So we can see right here, it looks like this one might be a little bit newer maybe. That date area is just, oh, okay, right about the same time period. Actually still has some details on the hair as well. This one's gonna be a 1974. So we just got a Clad Quarter spill right there, 2 Clad Quarters in the same hole. And this one is a 1974, the other one was 1972. So that's awesome. 2 Clad Quarters, both going into the collection. Just a couple minutes later now, and we have another solid Clad Quarter signal. Let's have a listen. That one's coming in at solid 89, not even budging. Doesn't look like it's gonna be very deep either. Coming in at about 4 inches, maybe 2 to 4 inches. All right, let's dig it, and it'll probably be a Clad Quarter, but let's just go ahead and see. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Looks like this one may not actually end up being a coin, which is really surprising because it really sounded like one. So after pulling that piece of trash out of the hole, I checked it again with the detector, and it looks like we still have a strong quarter signal up here in the plug. So if we just check this out right up here, yeah, we're definitely getting a strong signal, and I can already see the rim of something right there. Take a look at that. That looks like it's going to be a Clad Quarter for us. So it looks like we were able to get another Clad Quarter out of that hole. Flipping it over to the obverse, we see that we have a 1989, and it looks like we have a Philadelphia mint mark there. So going in the wrong direction on this one, but if we keep looking, I'm sure we'll go in the right direction towards those 60s and hopefully towards some silver. Let's get on to the next hole. All right, guys, this is crazy. So the original plug was right here. I rechecked the hole, and I was still getting a high signal, and it turns out that there was another coin in this hole. I had to dig another one, but this is so crazy, guys. We have not found a single penny yet, and we're just getting dimes and quarters all the way. Almost said nickel and dime. That is a 1968, it looks like. All dimes in the 60s so far. How have we not gotten a silver dime at this point? All right, guys, I'm actually really excited about this signal. This one sounded like it was going to be a copper penny when I dug it. Now that I got it out of the plug here, it's sounding even better. Let's take a listen. Oh my gosh, guys, 87, 88. Typically that could be a silver dime, and I've already located it here in the bottom of the plug. Check this out. So we are right on top of the signal, and it's right down here in the plug. Come on, please be silver. Please be silver. Oh, come on. Looks like it's just gonna be a penny. Dang it. Just a Lincoln penny, 1970, and I think that may even be one that we already have. 1970, I think we have both 70S and 70 Denver. Looks like this one's gonna be a 70 Denver. That is unfortunate. Still in really nice shape though, so we may be replacing the one that we have. Let's just go down in the hole real quick here, see if we have any other signals, because it did sound a little higher than a copper penny typically sounds. So, all right, I think that's it though. So 1970 copper penny. That's actually the first penny that we found today. We found 3 quarters and 3 dimes before we even squeaked out a penny. Pretty impressive. All right, let's get on to the next one. Hopefully we can get something soon. And just a couple minutes later, we have got ourselves another copper penny. Let's see if we're gonna have a wheat penny this time. Oh, nope, doesn't look like it, guys. Another 1977. This is one that we got in the last episode. I don't remember though if it was a Denver or Philadelphia, so we may still need this one in the collection. I'll take it though. On to the next. All right, so just got down on a very shallow coin signal. It ended up being in the plug. It was coming in a little higher than a copper penny, kind of like an 86, 87, which is typically what you want to see for a silver dime. So once again, going into it in the plug here, we've already located it to be about here. Let's see if it's going to be anything good. Oh, what the heck do we have here, guys? Looks like it's going to be a bottle cap. Kind of surprising that that's one of the first ones in the series. MGD64. Not sure what brand that would be, but pretty nice looking bottle cap. On to the next one. So I've got a pretty good nickel signal here. Nickels come in around high 40s, low 50s. Let's take a listen. Yeah, that definitely sounds like it could be a nickel. It also could be a pull tab. We're gonna dig it and find out. Unfortunately, it looks like it's just gonna be a little piece of wire. All right, so actually I take that back. I put the plug in, rechecked the hole, and was getting the same signal. Checked up here in the plug, and what do you know? We have a nickel, guys. That's our second one. Let's see if we can grab it out of the plug and get a date off of it. So I think this one's probably gonna be newer than the first one that we found. Yeah, it looks pretty fairly new. It's definitely a Jefferson, not a Buffalo or V-nickel or anything like that. And it looks like the date is going to be 2001 Denver, so very, very new, within the last 20 years. But hey, it's another nickel into the collection. These babies are tough to find. All right, so we moved back into the area where I was finding multiple dimes from the 60s. I think that's definitely going to be our best chance. I wasn't getting anything before, but I decided to try it again. Got down here and we had a shallow coin signal. This one ended up being up in the plug, and I think that this looks penny sized actually, and yep, it looks like it's definitely going to be a Lincoln penny. Now the question is, how old is this going to be? Just a memorial. I'm hoping we can get a wheat here soon so that we can get onto some older stuff that would definitely give us a better indication that there's silver in the area if we can get some coins from the 50s and 60s. But it looks like this one will actually end up being, I think, a 60, looks like 69 maybe. I can't exactly tell, but I think it's a 69, maybe a 60. But that's a good sign anyway. We're back onto these 60s coins. That should be an indication of silver nearby. So let's keep looking around here, and we're not going to stop until we find it. All right, guys, I am shaking right now. We just got down in this hole right here, and it really didn't sound like it was going to be anything. I thought it sounded kind of trashy, like maybe a low zinc penny or something. And I just kept digging. Got it out of the hole, and I was getting about an 84, 85 signal, and it's in the dirt over here. And as I was looking around for the coin, I revealed it real quick, but had to put it back because I wanted to show you guys this. Look at this, guys. We definitely have a silver dime, but it's not just any silver dime. It's much better than that. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. That looks like it's going to be a Mercury dime. Oh, look at that. Mercury dime right there. Oh my gosh. Really wasn't expecting to find that. I thought that if we did get one, it would definitely be a Roosevelt dime, and I'm not going to rub it, so we might not get the date off right now, but I've never found silver that old. I think the oldest silver I got out of here was a 51 or 52 quarter. This goes back at least to 1946. Oh my gosh, guys. I told you we were going to get silver today. All I had to do was go back to the spot where we were getting those early 60s coins, but this has definitely gone past all of my expectations for this spot. Mercury dime right there. All right, we're gonna keep looking around here. I don't know if we're gonna beat that, but I definitely know that we have a good spot here. And I will get that date revealed at the end of the video so we can see where it's gonna go into the collection and how old of a coin we got. So cool, look at that. It's even in good shape on the reverse. All right, I'm being bombarded by bugs right now, so I'm gonna stop talking, put this one in the pocket, and keep looking. Hopefully we can get some more silver. Hey everybody, Future Quinn here. So I considered waiting until the wrap up to reveal the date on this Mercury dime, but I couldn't wait that long. Let's go ahead and reveal it now. So here's a close-up look of that Mercury dime, virtually untouched since we pulled it out of the ground. It still has some dirt splotches, and you can kind of see part of the date coming through, but you can't see the entire thing yet. And then if we flip it over to the reverse, which by the way is in really great shape, you can see that the area where the mint mark would be down here on the bottom left side is also covered in dirt, so we're gonna have to get some of that dirt off and see what the mint mark is gonna be as well. So guys, obviously I don't want to rub this coin because that would damage it. So what I did was I went out and bought this spray bottle here. I'm just gonna spray it with a little bit of water, and hopefully that'll be enough to get the details to show up and get the date to show up for us as well. All right, so I'm gonna start with the reverse here. Let's give it a couple of sprays and see if we can get that mint mark to start showing up for us. So yep, this is definitely working. We're getting some of that dirt off already. I'm trying to keep this not too messy. I might need to tighten the thing on this so that we can get a little bit more of a concentrated spray. But it looks like it's showing up for us, and it looks really nice glimmering with that little extra shine from the water. So I think that's about good. Might need to touch up a few spots, but it looks like that is going to be the reverse for us. What a nice looking coin. And as you can see, we do not have a mint mark on that reverse, so this is going to be a Philadelphia minted Mercury Dime. So now flipping over to the obverse, you can see that some of that dirt has already come off from the sprays that we have registered there. So let's just go ahead and give it a couple more sprays and get that date to show up for us. All right, so it looks like it's going to be, I believe, a 1941, I want to say. Definitely in the 40s. These go all the way up through 1945, and I'll show you the collection in just a second here so that you guys can see that. But I think that that's what we're going to have here. Let me just see if I can spray a little bit more on that date area in particular, and let's bring it up to the camera and see what we have. So yep, definitely a 1941. That WA over there, I think it's a WA. That's not a mint mark. That is the initials of the designer of the coin, I believe. A lot of people get that confused for a mint mark. They think that that's a W mint mark, but it is not. Guys, I just can't get over how good that reverse looks. I am super excited to be getting this one into the collection, which will happen at the end of the video, so stay tuned. There's a lot more good stuff in this hunt. All right, so I want to check this one out together because it sounds really similar to that Mercury Dime. This is nothing like I thought a silver dime should sound like, but the last one did sound like this, so let's see if we get something out of here. Check this out. So kind of low 80s. That is also indicative of possibly an older wheat penny. Going down into the 70s every once in a while. It could also be just a regular old zinc penny, but it's down here in this hole, and I've already located it. You can see that we have it. Yep, it's coming in right there at the bottom. So let me move some of this dirt to the side, and we'll see if we can get that one to show up for us. Hopefully we can get another silver here. That would be so cool. All right, I'm not seeing it yet. Oh, wait a minute. There's something at the bottom, guys. I don't know if it's a coin though. Hold on a second here. You guys see that? It might just be a bottle cap. Dang it. Just a bottle cap this time, but last time it was a silver, so definitely always going to be digging those. Nice old Pepsi bottle cap, actually. That's kind of cool. All right, on to the next one. All right, guys, we are in the same general vicinity where we found that Mercury Dime, and I'm getting a silver dime signal once again. Let's have a listen. Okay, so it's sounding a little bit more like a penny, but with this detector, who knows what it's going to be. All right, so I dug a plug and got it out of the hole. I somehow missed it with the pinpointer the first time, but it ended up coming out of the hole. You can see it is definitely out of the hole right there in that little clump of dirt. Let me just use the pinpointer here and figure out where it's going to be exactly. Okay, so we are right on top of it, right about here. Let's see what it's gonna be. Is this it? Oh, okay, all right. So this is not gonna be a coin. It's actually going to be, if we can get some of this dirt off of it, it looks like it's gonna be a toy truck or a toy car of some sort. Still pretty cool. I like finding these, and I do find quite a few of them here. You can hardly see it. It's got so much dirt packed on it, but there's the bottom of it at least, so you can see that we have 4 wheels on it. But I think that'll clean up pretty nice, and we'll be able to show that off a bit. It looks like an old classic car. All right, pretty cool. Let's get on to the next hole. So just got down on another coin signal near the tree, which has the old 60s coins, and it looks like we pulled out a penny here once again. Don't think it's going to be a wheat penny. I think it's actually, I don't know, I can't really read that, 70 something. And yep, it's definitely a memorial, so not a wheat penny, but still, good sign. Staying in the relatively low areas in the 1970s rather than the 60s, but still in that older range. So we'll get on to the next one. Hopefully another silver is coming our way. So we got a pretty iffy signal here, but I wanted to film it just in case because I've been getting pretty lucky on the iffy signals lately. So let's see what we can get here. So as you can see, that's a high tone, but it's jumping around in the 80s and 90s quite a bit, so I'm not really sure. Could just be a coin on its edge though, so we're gonna dig it anyway. And you can hear that there's a little bit of iron in there as well. So I'm gonna pinpoint this and dig a hole, and I'll get back to you once we got that done. So this one is pretty bizarre. Had to get all the way down in the bottom of the hole, and this is what ended up coming out. Let's take a look at this. So this thing looks like a lock, but it is not. It's very heavy, and I believe it's made of lead. I think that this is a weight that they would use in a science lab or something of that sort. Pretty interesting find though, never seen anything like it. But yeah, I think that's definitely what it is, some sort of weight, and it probably even has writing on it somewhere specifying exactly what the weight is. Pretty cool little find right there, though. I like it. All right, guys, just got down on a pretty shallow coin signal. It looks like it's going to be a penny, and I don't think it's going to be anything too special, but let's take a look, see what we're going to get here. So I think it's a copper penny for sure. I think it's going to be another 60s. Yeah, I think 64. I know we already have a 64. This might be the one that we don't have, though. So I will be happy if that is the case. I think it's a 64 Philly, and we already have the 64 Denver, but hey, I think that one's definitely going in the collection. Another 60s penny is not a bad sign. We're still in the good spot. Let's keep going, just have a few more holes to dig. Hopefully we can squeeze the silver out. All right, guys, this is something I don't think I've ever seen before. Check this out. Solid 86 signal, 2 inches or less. I tried to get it with the pinpointer, wasn't successful, so we are going to need to cut a plug for this. But just in case this is a really shallow dime, let's go ahead and dig this one. I'm really hoping we get another one here. Oh, it sounds so good. It's probably too good to be true, though. Anyway, let's find out. So that's definitely not what I was hoping for, but you know what? I'm not even mad. That's pretty cool. Another little toy car right there. On to the next. We got another screaming high 80s signal, just inch or two deep, and looks like right next to that first one that we pulled out, we just got another one. These must be fairly modern Hot Wheels cars right here, but still pretty cool. And I think that's like the 4th one I found today, so that's pretty nice. Okay, guys, I have what sounds like a coin signal here, and if it ends up being a coin, it'll be the last hole of the day. I'm pretty beat at this point, and battery's running low, so let's go ahead and see what we have here. Oh, lost the signal. There it is. So 84, 85. Whoa, got a mosquito right there. Let's get rid of that. Anyway, 84, 85, 87, somewhere around there. This should be a coin. Let's go ahead and dig it and see what it is. Holy crap, guys. This was literally going to be my last hole of the day, and I think it still will be. We're going to end on a real high note here, guys. Check this out. So we're getting a high 80 signal, and this is what I saw when I looked in the plug. Or not in the plug, but in the hole. Look at that, guys. That's definitely going to be another silver dime. The question is it going to be a Roosie or a Mercury dime? Let's take it out and see. Okay, this is definitely going to be a Roosevelt dime. Let's just pop some of that dirt off of there. And I think it's going to be in the 60s. Let's just rub it a tiny bit on the date area. Okay, 1964, so just barely made it as a silver dime, but that's what we're looking for, guys. That is 2 silver dimes on the... Alright everyone, welcome to the wrap-up of the Ultimate Coin Hunt number 3. Now, as you all saw earlier, we were able to get a Mercury Dime out of today's hunt, probably the best find by far out of today's hunt. Look at that reverse, just absolutely stunning. So we are going to start by putting this one into its collection, but not before we clean up that Roosevelt Dime silver 1964 that we got right at the end of the episode. You can see that we definitely have a 1964 for a date, but if we flip it over to the reverse, it's still pretty dirty, so we haven't been able to figure out what the mint mark is yet, and it's got a good amount of dirt on it. So let's go ahead and grab our spray bottle once again and give it a couple sprays, see if we can get some of that dirt off of there. So let's see if we can get this to work here. Oh yeah, coming off really nice, very nice. Oh, look at that, we actually have a mint mark on that reverse as well. Let me just get that last little piece of dirt right there. And let's take a look at this coin. So you can see right there we have a small Denver mint mark there on the reverse, right on the left side of the torch. That's what they did on the silver ones from 1946 up through 64. They put the mint mark on that reverse side. So that's pretty nice to see. We have a Denver mint mark. And now let's flip it over to the obverse and just give it a couple sprays to clean it up a little bit so that we can put it into the collection. And this is a pretty nice looking coin. If you guys saw earlier when we were digging out those Clad Roosevelt Dimes, the 60s, late 60s, 65, 66, they all looked really good. This one also looks really good, as if it was a very recent drop. So I'm guessing this was dropped in the late 60s, early 70s, and it's a really nice looking coin. And this one just so happens to be silver, so that's a nice little added bonus there. Let me just get that little extra bit of dirt off right there, and we will get this one into the collection. So the Mercury Dime, which was definitely the star of today's hunt, is going to be going into our Mercury Dime collection. You can see the the date range on that is 1916 up through 1945. So we definitely found one of the later ones, but that is definitely okay. It was not expected to be finding one of those at all, so I'm definitely happy with that. Let's go ahead and open this one up, and of course we will be pulling this out. This is the first Mercury Dime that we're getting into this collection. So if we flip over to the third page in this Mercury Dime collection, we can see our 1941s right over here, and we are looking at the 1941 without a mint mark. That's the 1941 Philadelphia, coming in at 175 million minted. That is going to be the first one going into that collection right there. And let me just push it in with the glove hand here so that I do not get my fingerprints on the coin. But hey, that's a really nice looking coin in the collection right there. Super happy to have that. Now for our first silver Roosevelt dime, we're going to be opening one of our actually target collections for today's hunt, the 46 through 64 Roosevelt dimes. And once again, this is going to be the first coin going into this collection, so we have a completely empty collection. We'll just go ahead and pull that out. And once again, flip over to the third page in the collection. Actually, it looks like this one's going to be on the second page. That third page is completely blank. So on the second page right here, it's the very last one in the collection. Comes in at 1.4 billion, so definitely a popular coin. As a matter of fact, I think that this is the most highly minted silver Roosevelt dime that you could possibly find, which is why so many 64s come out as opposed to all the other dates. But hey, we got one, guys, and that is a really great sign, especially for this site. There's definitely going to be more silver coins out there. I can feel it. So we're going to be putting that one in the 1964 spot right there, and I'll just take the glove. I didn't put it on, but I will just take it and press down on that coin using the glove. And you can see right there, we have our first coin into the 46 through 64 silver Roosevelt dime collection. So if you guys remember in the beginning of the video, we had 3 target collections. We've already crossed one off by getting one into the silver Roosevelt dime collection right there. But did we get these other 2 checked off? The answer is yes, of course. If you take a look over here, these are all of the coins that we found in today's hunt, with a special bonus item over here that we'll talk about at the end. But basically we have 3 quarters over here, all of which, except for this one, are going to be going into that target collection. So let's take a look at those. We have a 1972 Denver quarter right there, pretty nice looking quarter, and also a 1974 plain. So let's go ahead and put those into the collection and see how we're doing there. So here is our starting point for that 65 through 87 Washington quarter collection, and with the addition of the 72 Denver right here, which is going to be going right over here on the first page, and the addition of this 1974 plain, which is going to be going right here, that is where we are at now. So I'll push those in just a second, and we will get on to the next collection. Our third and final target collection for today's hunt was the 1941 through 1974 Lincoln cents, and we actually got only 2 coins into that collection today. We did get a couple more right here, but these are actually duplicates, the 70D and 69D. So the only 2 that we're going to be getting into this collection today, surprisingly, are going to be the 64 plain, and it looks like the 74 Denver. So let's move over here onto the third page, which you can see we're filling up pretty nicely now. That 64 plain is going to be going in right there at 2.6 million, and then that 74 Denver is going to be going in actually down here towards the bottom at 4.2 billion. So there's quite a few of these coins out there, but it's nice to finally get those ones filled in. As you can see, this page is filling out really nicely, but we definitely have some work to go over here in these older sections, especially in the wheat penny area. So guys, this is actually the first time in Ultimate Coin Hunt history where we actually hit all 3 of our target collections for the hunt, so I couldn't be happier about that. And of course, we also got a little added bonus of a Mercury Dime. So as you can see here, we actually have quite a few coins left that didn't go into target collections, but are definitely going to be filling out some holes in the collections for us today. First off, we'll start with this 1989 Philadelphia Washington quarter. So let's go ahead and open up the collection book, and we'll make sure to pull out this little piece of paper here, which signifies that this is a new collection that we are filling out today for the first time. So 1989 Philadelphia, you can see, is over here on the first page. It's going to go right there, and that is going to be the first coin into that collection. So just going down the line here, next up we have yet another first for the Ultimate Coin Hunt series. This one's going to be going into yet another collection that we haven't even put a single coin into yet. It's a 2001 Denver nickel, which I was really happy to have. As you guys know, anytime you can get a nickel is definitely a good time. This coin is going to be going into our Jefferson nickel collection starting in 1996. So let's flip this one through, and you'll see that we don't have any coins in this collection either. So this 2001 one Denver nickel is going to be going in on the first page right here at 627.7 million minted. So we'll put that one in right there. First one into that collection as well. So this collection right here is Roosevelt Dimes from 65 through 99, and you can see we already have one coin in the collection, but that is the only one we have so far. We're going to be adding a lot to this first page though. So as you can see, like we said earlier, we got the 1965, which is going to be going in that first slot in the collection. And then we also got the 1966, which coincidentally is going to be going right next to it. Two very nice looking early 60s dimes right there. And then this one's a little bit more worn. You can see this was probably dropped a little bit later, but this one's a 1968 Denver, which is going to be going in right over here on the left side. And those are the coins that we got into that one, so definitely some nice progress there. So last but not least, we have two more modern pennies, which are going to be going into our 75 through 2013 Lincoln Cent collection. And as you can see, we'll flip over to the front page here. We have quite a few coins going into this collection so far. This one's going to be another one on that first page. It's a copper coin. 1977 Philadelphia is the date, so that one's going to be going right up here at 4.5 billion minted. And then over here we have a zinc coin that I dug. I thought this was going to be a wheat penny, but it ended up being just a zinc penny there. So 2005 is the year on that one, and that's going to be way over here on the third page. It's actually going to be the first coin into that third page, and it's going to go right here at 3.9 billion minted. So all in all, in today's hunt, we hit 8 total collections, 4 of which were completely new collections, and we had 2 silver coins going into 2 separate collections. What a great hunt, guys. Thank you so much for coming along with me. Now, guys, before I end today's ultimate coin hunt video, I want to talk about this find right here, which was not a coin, but I thought it was interesting enough to show you, and hopefully you guys can see this a little bit better now in this lighting here. This is definitely a pendant of a family. It looks like it may be an Asian family, and I think that there are 3 people in the photo. You can see a woman over here, a man on the right side, and then it looks like a small child here in the middle. This is by far the creepiest thing that I have ever found. It is super eerie looking. It almost makes me wish I hadn't found it because it just gives me the chills looking at it. This family of who knows who it belonged to, who knows how old it is. Are these people even still alive? I have no clue. But it's just kind of creepy when you think about it because you have no idea what kind of past these people lived. If the person who lost it is really missing it, I wish I could give it back to them because I don't really want to have it in my possession. But anyways, guys, that is going to pretty much do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new because we post new videos like this every single week, always bringing you along with the hunt and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quin, and this is Quin's Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next episode of the Ultimate Coin Hunt.